Have you ever loved someone so much that their silence began to feel louder than any words they could have spoken? Have you ever laid in bed at night holding on to a memory, while the person in that memory slowly forgot you? This isn't just a video, it's a mirror, and what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the people closest to you. If you've ever given your all to someone and got nothing but indifference in return, stay. If you've been confused by someone's actions, how they once loved you but now look at you like a stranger, this message is yours. So before we begin, I want you to do something. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and most importantly, watch until the end, because the 5 insights from Marcus Aurelius I'm about to share may just save you from emotional pain you didn't even realize you were enduring. Let's begin. 1. They use silence as a weapon. And that's the loudest form of hatred. Inspired by, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. Let me ask you something deeply personal. Have you ever been in love with someone who didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't fight, but instead just shut down? They stopped talking, not because they were healing, but because they wanted you to suffer. They turned silence into a punishment, a form of power. That's not maturity, that's silent cruelty. Let me tell you a story. A man named Aurelius once loved a woman who was his entire world. Her name was Marla. They shared nights under moonlight and mornings full of laughter. He used to write her letters even though they lived in the same house. That's the kind of man he was. He believed in love and expression and effort, but somewhere along the line things changed. It wasn't dramatic. She didn't leave, she didn't cheat, she didn't scream. She simply stopped responding. The way she used to light up when he walked into the room? Gone. The soft touches, the little inside jokes? Gone. He would ask, "Is everything okay?" And she would say, "I'm just tired." But it wasn't exhaustion from work or life. It was emotional withdrawal. And Aurelius, like many of us, blamed himself. Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I didn't listen enough. Maybe I'm just not enough. But Marcus Aurelius would have reminded him, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It keeps you from your purpose. You see, silence used intentionally isn't peace, it's punishment. It's a way of saying, you're not worthy of my attention, and nothing destroys the heart of a lover more than being treated like a ghost in a room they once filled with joy. So here's the truth. When someone starts using silence to hurt you, when their lack of words begins to speak volumes, that's not love. That's resentment dressed up in emotional distance. And people don't stay silent toward those they cherish. They stay silent toward those they secretly blame, envy, or even despise. So let me ask you directly, and honestly, are you chasing someone who has emotionally left you? Are you tolerating silence that screams with hidden hatred? Because if you are, it's time to walk away. With dignity, with clarity, with the strength of a Stoic. 2. They celebrate your failures quietly while smiling publicly. Marcus Aurelius once observed, "We love ourselves more than other people, yet care more about their opinion than our own." Have you ever noticed someone getting suspiciously supportive when things go wrong in your life? Oh no, that must be so hard. But there's a strange comfort in their tone, a subtle satisfaction. You see, not everyone who checks in when you're down wants you to rise again. Some people only show up when you're broken because it makes them feel taller. They don't hate your sadness, they rely on it. Their support is a disguise. What they really feel is victory. The worst part? You may have once considered them family, a close friend, a lover. You'll share your heartbreak with them, only to feel like your pain is entertainment. Pay attention. If they disappear when you win but show up when you fall, they don't love you. They resent your light and celebrate your darkness in private. 3. They laugh at your healing, mock your growth. When you finally begin to grow, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you expect support. But some people, especially the ones who once thrived off your weakness, will start to say, "You're different now, not in a good way. You've changed." Yes, you have. And Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. You started meditating. You began journaling. You pulled away from drama. And now those who claim to love you, they laugh. Look at you now pretending to be enlightened. But this isn't mockery. This is fear. Because your healing means you're no longer easily manipulated. You're no longer broken and available. And people who hate you don't hate the new you. They hate the fact that you no longer need them. 4. They constantly compete, even in love. In a healthy bond, you grow together. In a hateful one, everything is a scoreboard. You say, I had a tough week. They say, you think you had it bad? Listen to my week. You celebrate a success. They find a way to top it. You share a moment of peace. They dismiss it as fake positivity. Marcus Aurelius said, the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do. When someone is always trying to one-up you, even in pain, they don't see you as a partner, they see you as a threat. This is how subtle hate works. It doesn't scream, I hate you. It whispers, I need to be better than you. And sometimes, tragically, that whisper comes from someone you once kissed. They imitate you, but secretly resent you. This one hurts, because at first it feels like admiration. They start talking like you, dressing like you, quoting your words. You think, wow, they really value me. But Marcus Aurelius warned us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. See, admiration becomes resentment when they realize they can copy your style but not your soul. They imitate, hoping to become you. But deep down, they loathe the fact that they aren't. And soon you'll notice a shift. They no longer compliment you, they compete. They no longer follow your path. They try to erase it and write their name over yours. This is not love. This is envy soaked in bitterness. People who love you want to be around you. People who hate you want to be you, but they never will be, because who you are was earned. And what they're trying to mimic can't be stolen. So it's what now? Ask yourself these questions in silence tonight. Who is growing cold while pretending to still care? Who claps in public but celebrates your failures in secret? Who mocks your healing because they no longer benefit from your brokenness? Who competes instead of connects? Who imitates but resents you for it? If you know, you know. Don't wait for proof. Trust your soul. And as Marcus Aurelius would say, let the wrongdoer be if he so chooses. Your job is not to fix people who hate you secretly. Your job is to love yourself loudly, because hatred disguised as love is still hatred, and you deserve real peace, real love, real truth. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.